आज आपण BSc थर्ड इयरचं सेमेस्टर 5चं मेकॅनिक्स हा पेपर शिकणार आहोत। या पेपरचा नंबर आहे 15। याच्यासाठी जे पुस्तक आहे सिलेबसला त्याचं टायटल आहे मेकॅनिक्स अँड डिफरन्शियल जॉमेट्री, जे की तुलसानी, वरेकर आणि सस्ते या रायटरनी हे पुस्तक लिहिलेलं आहे। आता व्हॉट इज मेकॅनिक्स? What is mechanics? Mechanics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of particles or a rigid body. It has two parts, namely static and dynamics. Static is the branch of mechanics which deals with the equilibrium of the system at rest. Dynamics is the branch of mechanics which deals with the study of bodies in motion. Article 1.1. Particle. A particle is a body which is indefinitely small in size and shape. Particle means like this. It may be considered as a geometrical point which has position and mass. Article 1.2. Rigid body. It is a system of particles, the distances between which remain unchanged, जे की बदलणार नाही. A rigid body may also be regarded as a continuous distribution of matter. Article 1.3. Force. Force means power. It is a cause which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of uniform motion of the body. A force has point of application, that is, the point of the body at which the force acts, magnitude and direction. Next article. The force as a vector. From the geometrical point of view, a force can be represented by a directed line segment called vector through the point of application, and this line segment is termed as its line of action. Next, equilibrium. A system of forces acting on a body initially at rest is said to be in equilibrium if the body remains at rest under the action of that system. Next article, an assumption for equilibrium of two forces. Two forces acting at a point of a rigid body are in equilibrium, but if they are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Next, static. It is a part of the mechanics which deals with the equilibrium of system at rest. Next article, resultant of the forces. If a system of forces P1, P2 ... act simultaneously upon a rigid body, and if there exists a single force R, such that the effect of R is the same as that of the net effect of the forces. म्हणजे P1, P2, P3 या सगळ्या फोर्सेसची ताकद याला बरोबरीला रिझल्टंट Rचं ताकद असल्यामुळे आपल्याला असं म्हणता येईल की R is called the resultant of these forces. Also, the forces P1, P2 ... are known as components of R. म्हणजे हे फोर्सेस जे काही आहेत, these are the components of R. Next, principle of the transmissibility of force. If a force acts on a body, its effect remains the same. Whatever point may be chosen on the line of action of the force as the point of application, provided this point is rigidly connected with the body. याला म्हणता येईल प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ द ट्रान्समिसिबिलिटी ऑफ फोर्स. Next article, law of the parallelogram of forces. What is meant by parallelogram? The opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. Opposite sides are parallel and equal to each two forces acting at a point are represented both in magnitude and direction by the adjacent side of a parallelogram drawn through their point of application. Their resultant is represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram, diagonal OC of the parallelogram, by passing through that point. Here P and Q be two forces, P and Q be two forces adjacent acting at a point O, as the point of application and represented in magnitude by the adjacent side OA and OB respectively. Now complete the parallelogram OACB. So then the resultant R is of the forces P and Q is represented by diagonal vector OC. Here suppose OA is a force P, OB is a force Q, and diagonal OC is resultant R. Then R is equal to this force P plus this force Q. That is OC is equal to OA plus OB. But OB is nothing but AC because of parallelogram. Hence OC is equal to OA plus AC. Next article, to determine the magnitude and direction. Magnitude means R and direction means alpha of the resultant R. To determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant R of two forces P and Q acting at an angle theta. आधीच्या आर्टिकल मधलीच डायग्राम आहे ही. दोन फोर्सेस आहेत P आणि Q आणि त्यांचा रिझल्टंट फोर्स R आहे. लेट द ॲडजेसंट साइड्स OA and let the adjacent side OA and OB of the parallelogram OACB represent the forces P and Q acting at an angle theta. Now we already know that R is equal to P plus Q. Equation number 1. Multiplying equation number 1 from both sides by OR. Hence R dot R is equal to P plus Q dot R. But value of R is P plus Q is equal to P plus Q dot P plus Q. Multiply these terms. P into P plus P dot P, P dot Q plus Q dot P plus Q dot Q. This implies left hand side is mod R square is equal to right hand side mod P square plus 2 times P dot Q plus mod Q square, because P dot Q is equal to Q dot P and R dot R is equal to mod R square, and so on. Mod P square plus 2 mod P mod Q cos theta plus mod Q square, because mod P mod Q cos theta is equal to P dot Q. This implies R square is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, which gives the magnitude of R. Now we have to find direction of the resultant R, that is alpha. Through C, draw CM perpendicular to OA produced. Therefore, angle BOA is equal to angle CAM, which is equal to theta. Suppose the resultant force R, OC, resultant force R, makes an angle alpha, with the direction of P. Then from right angle triangle CMO, we get tan alpha is equal to CM upon OM is equal to CM. CM means AC sin theta, because sin theta is equal to CM upon AC. CM upon AC is sin theta, and cos theta is AM upon AC. That is equal to Q sin theta. AC is Q, because this OB force is Q, and this is the diagram of parallelogram. So opposite lines are equal, opposite sides are equal. Q into sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta, and hence alpha is equal to tan inverse Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. This result is nothing but which gives the direction of R. Deduction. If P बरोबर Q, that is when the magnitude of two forces P and Q are equal, we know that R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. या इक्वेशन मध्ये जर आपण P बरोबर Q ठेवलं तर R is equal to under root P square plus 2P square into cos theta. This P square, 2P square. So 2P square taken out common. 1 plus cos theta is remaining. 1 plus cos theta means 2 cos square theta by 2. That is equal to 2P square into 2 cos square theta by 2. This 4P square cos square theta by 2. Hence R implies R is equal to 2P cos theta by 2. Also, we know that tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. Hence, tan alpha is equal to P sin theta upon, substitute instead of theta, instead of Q, P plus P cos theta. P taken out common at the denominator. PP will be cancelled, sin theta upon 1 plus cos theta. But we know that formula for sin theta is 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2, and 1 plus cos theta means 2 cos square theta by 2. This cos theta 2 cancel with 2 cos theta by 2. Remaining is sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 is equal to tan theta by 2. And this implies alpha is equal to theta by 2. That is, the line of action of the resultant force R bisects the angle between the two forces P and Q. Second deduction. If theta is equal to 0, that is when the two forces P and Q act along the same straight line and in the same direction, then R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ, because cos 0 is 1, is equal to under root P plus Q whole square. This implies R is equal to P plus Q. Also, tan alpha is equal to Q into sin 0, because theta is 0, upon P plus Q cos 0, because theta is 0. This implies is equal to 0. Alpha is equal to 0, because sin 0 is 0. That is, the resultant force will act in the direction of both the force P and Q. Third deduction. If theta is equal to pi by 2, that is when the two forces P and Q act at right angle, then r is equal to under root p square plus q square, because cos pi by 2 is equal to 0 and tan alpha is equal to q into sin pi by 2 upon p plus q into cos pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is 1 and cos pi by 2 is 0. Q into 1 upon p plus q into 0. This implies alpha is equal to tan inverse q. Alpha is equal to tan inverse q upon p. Deduction 4. If theta is equal to pi, when the two forces P and Q act along the same straight line but in opposite direction, then the resultant force is R is equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos pi. But cos pi is equal to -1, hence under root P square plus Q square minus 2PQ is equal to under root P minus Q square. This implies R is equal to P minus Q, and tan alpha is equal to Q sin pi upon P plus Q cos pi. But sin pi is equal to 0, hence Q into 0 upon P plus Q cos pi, value of cos pi is -1, but 0 divided by anything is 0, equal to 0. Alpha is equal to tan inverse 0, tan inverse 0 is 0. That is, the resultant force will act in the direction of the larger force P.